T-Man 978 Chill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. Right now I'm reviewing S.H Figuarts Bandai Tamoshii Nation Street Fighter Sakura Kasugano. I hope I pronounced that last name right. And let me just tell you, this is using the fighting style body, or the fighting body as they call it on the packaging. If you ever want to start collecting S.H Figuarts, do not start with the fighting body, because you will be disappointed with every other S.H Figuarts afterwards, because the fighting body is perfection to me. So you can have a general idea if you've never seen this. This is the packaging she comes in right here. She's number 8 in their Street Fighter series. This is the back of the packaging, showing you examples of different poses and whatnot that she can get into. Here's the side artwork right there, looking a lot like Street Fighter 5. It says Super right there, but I don't know. The way this figure is designed, she can fit in like Street Fighter Alpha or Street Fighter 5, to be honest. She doesn't have all that detailed shading and whatnot that they had, but let me get that out of here. Each one of these comes with 2 background packaging or background scenes or whatnot. Mine is kind of creased right there. What you're supposed to do is you can overlap the 2 sheets depending on how big you want the background, and have a fight scene in front of that if you want. And it represents a scene from an actual game. And I'm gonna go with looking at the graphics. This has to be Street Fighter 5. But anyway, like, this thing just looks friggin' amazing. You saw her turning around. But the articulation, the only place that the articulation kind of suffers is the neck. Like, she can look up, but not a dramatic amount. You can look down, because this thing right here, it doesn't look like it shifts, but it shifts underneath of her shirt molding right there. So she can look down quite a bit and tilt and whatnot. And of course the head has a universal joint in that neck. The arms, there's like a ball joint in there. It's not like a real butterfly joint. I don't know, it seems like with both females that I have, no, never mind. Chun-Li has a butterfly joint, but she has just the ball joint in there and a universal joint attached to that. So this can swivel back and forth to simulate a butterfly joint. And she can come forward a little bit because of the ball joint. But unlike what you would get with a Marvel Legends, she does have a bicep swivel. And her elbows bend more than 90 degrees on this universal joint. And the universal joint is capable of turning if you need it. And she has another universal joint here for this action and to be able to come in, which is good for this. And one of the things I definitely love with the fighting style body is all of the diaphragm and ab articulation. Like, all of this is just awesome. And the sculpting on her stomach, the muscles right there, awesome. And the detail in her back, like the dimples on the back, awesome right there. Legs can go out very far, and they fill in right there if you need, depending on the angle you're looking at it. They fill in that part so you don't see any weird articulation or weird details. Her hips do not drop. Like, I tried to get her in a certain pose, but I found out that this piece right there is solid and it doesn't rock in a place. Her legs are connected by a ball joint, so they only swivel in a little bit. She seems to be different from Chun-Li. Her knee joint is like that. And one thing I really love is they put a universal joint in between her ankle right there where her socks will be, so the foot can rock forward, and because of the way it's cut out, it can rock back. Plus it can swivel in there, and they have a real pivot or separate pivot right there, and the toe can go up. But to make sure you get all the details, like the legs can kick up very freaking high, and they spared no expense on the details of her right there. So depending on how you have her posed, she's gonna look really good at all times and whatnot. And the feet are stiff, or all these joints are stiff. So getting her to actually stay up once you get a pose is easy once you find that sweet spot. And I'm saying it's easy and then I can't do it, but you get the point. The joints are stiff. It's just finding that freaking sweet spot, which, come on, do it. she's not willing to. Anyway, she comes with one fist. Well, she comes with two fists already on and one open hand for different posing and whatnot, as you would come to expect with S.H. Figuarts. And she has different faces. Here's her more neutral face, and basically you just pull this forward, pull it out, and plug it in like that. Doesn't seem like it will be secure, but it is secure. And here she is, like half smiling. And let me show you this, because I must have stretched out her articulation too much. But she has one more face for me to show you, but here is the leg right there. And this is new for me. Normally this stays on and there's a ball joint, so I must have stretched that out to the limits. Let me fix that. Here's what I was talking about. It's a ball joint, and this inner, I don't know which, inner crotch rotates right there, but this normally would stay on there, so I don't know what's up with that. I hope that's not going to be a problem for me. It snapped back in there hard, so I'm not sure how that friggin' happened. And basically you would make sure that that's down and cup that under there and force plug it in there. So yeah, these joints are tight, so maybe I just pulled it out too hard trying to get that kick pose. But I just love the way her waist works. Everything is super dynamic, and that is just awesome. Like, you don't even have to do anything to get her into a good looking pose. This does not articulate this hair, or does it? You know what? It does articulate. It didn't look like it until just now. I guess I have it in this good lighting, but that can go up and down, and I guess, can it rotate? I'm not going to force the rotation, but it can go up and down at least, which is good. Here is her final face, which would go good with her final accessories, which is this right here. This supersized Hadouken. I can't remember if she could do this Shinko Hadouken. It's been a long time since I played Street Fighter Alpha. I'm pretty sure she could, because everybody was crazy overpowered. In fact, her Hadouken is bigger than Ryu's Hadouken, which is crazy. And here she is firing off that Hadouken. Now, one thing that some companies don't think about is it is very beautiful, them having the bicep swivel plus the universal joints to be able to get the hands into such a way where it can accommodate like a pose like that, which just is spectacular. And I think everybody should think about things like that when they design these action figures. Here she is in comparison to my only other two Street Fighter characters so far as S.H. Figuarts. I really want Ken, but I honestly want a Street Fighter V Ken. And here she is next to some other characters I have laying around. So, end of the day, I really can't complain about this figure. She's super posable, can pretty much get into whatever pose I want. If I had to scratch and scrounge for something to complain about, maybe I wish her thighs, she had like a better thigh swivel, but the way they designed that, I don't know if they could have done that some type of way. And with all the S.H. Figuarts, I wish their necks could look up a little bit more for whatever poses, but she has so many awesome things like the ankles, but the way the feet work, they don't leave her feet looking weird. You know how you have to do that typical broken ankle stance when you have your figure's legs in a certain way. Like, she could actually turn her foot to be in whatever orientation you want if you need it. So I love that, and that's great. And she comes with cool or decent enough accessories, like big accessories. Let me just say this, you won't be disappointed if you pay for this thing. She's been showing up in Barnes & Noble, and Barnes & Noble are known to have discounts, especially if you are a member. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Anywho, until next time, make sure you don't leave here without clicking the like button if you like this video. If you're still watching this video right now, click the like button however you need to click it. That helps me out. Thank you. Thank you for watching. T-Man978 out of here.
Click the videos. Click the fucking videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those fucking videos, baby. Click the videos. You really should click those videos. Click that shit.